Hello everyone, we are here again with yet another exciting video lesson for you as a part of the ongoing IELTS video series. Hope you are following our course. If you are, then do let us know in the comment section. In the previous video, we learned how to write question-based essay questions. If you haven't watched that, please do watch it later. In today's video, we will learn the format for writing advantages and disadvantages essay type. So here we go. The academic writing module goes on for 60 minutes, out of which 40 minutes are provided for the writing task 2, that is essay writing. The objective is very clear and straight, which is to write an essay on the given topic. No prior information or special knowledge is required to write essays as the topics are generic in nature. The number of paragraphs vary according to the essay question type. Some essay questions can be answered fully in 4 paragraphs, while some require 5 to be answered completely and pragmatically. Let's take a look at such an essay question type. Today's video will mainly focus on how to respond to advantages and disadvantages essay questions in the exam. Let's take an example to understand the rubrics first. The topic in the question reads, in today's world, a lot of people prefer shopping online. A quite generic statement about the prevalent trends. And our task is to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of shopping online. As simple as that. Such essay question types do not take more than 4 paragraphs to be answered, beginning with an introduction, followed by 2 body or content paragraphs, and finally summing up with a to-the-point conclusion. The word count distribution would be 35 to 45 words for the first para, 90 to 110 for each body paragraph, as these paragraphs would contain the advantages and disadvantages, so we need space for that many details and sentences. And finally, a short paragraph concluding the essay would be written in not more than 40 words. If you follow each paragraph's word count ardently, your essay will not have more than 250 words. Also, make sure you do not exceed 290 to 300. That would be too many. Alright, now it's time to delve into each paragraph's internal sentence by sentence structure. The introduction for this question type would contain the 3 elements like the other task types. For the first sentence, just rewrite the topic statement in the question and you're done. For the second sentence, which is question reference, refer back to the question and check the task. Now, according to the task type, the question reference would be, there are a number of benefits and drawbacks of this fashion. You could write this statement in other ways too as you like. Then we will close the introduction with a thesis statement that briefly tells what is discussed in the following paragraph. For this question, the thesis statement is, both the aspects are discussed in the following paragraphs. That's the end of the first paragraph. Then we move on to one of the biggest paragraph, that is body 1. Here we will include the details. Body 1 will talk only about the advantages of this trend. You could list 2 to 3 advantages. Please don't discuss too many as that would make the body too wordy and you won't have many words count balance for the next 2 paragraphs. Practicing and writing essays for some time will give you a fair idea of the word count without even manually counting the words. Body 1 begins with a linker as stated here. Examples are to begin with, at the outset, to commence with, and so on. Then we mention the pros of this trend. Please make sure they are relevant and not too complicated to understand. In the end, present a piece of evidence to support the last advantage you mentioned. This would ensure logical progression within your paragraphs, contributing to evidence coherence in your writing. The subsequent paragraph, body 2, is no different from body 1 except its central idea. The gist of body 2 will be the cons of the trend mentioned in the question. So it says, shopping online is disadvantageous and here are the drawbacks. In addition to this, linkers will change to contradicting ones such as however, on the contrary, or on the flip side. Rest, the entire structure remains the same. Finally, we will have the conclusion for the essay. This conclusion is nothing different than the ones we wrote for the other essay question types we looked at in the previous video. It consists of a concluding linker and a 1 or 2 liner summary of body 1 and body 2, and that would be all. Here is a quick look at how we formatted and organized this essay. The advantages and disadvantages essay type can also be asked in a little varied way. For example, the question presented on your screen. The topic in the question is same as the previous one, but the task type changes slightly. Now, it wants us to tell if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages of this trend. It doesn't only want us to list the pros and cons, but also to show that one is more than the other. For such essay questions, the task response parameter really takes our test. Since we as test takers should be able to demonstrate and prove by the end of our writing that one aspect is more than the other. So how do we do it? Well, here is how. First of all, we are going to make 5 paragraphs for this task type. An intro, 3 body paragraphs and a conclusion. Since we are writing 5 paragraphs instead of 4, the word count distribution will change. Now each body paragraph must be concluded in 60 to 65 words, not more than that. This means that this number of supporting ideas in each paragraph will also drop to just 2 per paragraph. For the introduction, the layout remains unchanged. And yes, the question reference will be stated as per the task in the question. Here is an example for you on the screen. You could go with this or you could write your own. Just make sure it answers the question briefly without disclosing any details in the first paragraph. Now, here is the catch. Logical organization and distribution of ideas will depend on which side you take. For instance, if you say that there are more advantages than disadvantages, then the body 1 and body 2 will talk about advantages and only body 3 will contain disadvantages. Such an unequal distribution and arrangement of ideas clearly shows that we have one more than the other. Likewise, if we believe that disadvantages outweigh the advantages, the layout will turn and be the exact opposite of the first one. So now, 2 bodies for disadvantages and only 1 for advantages. Here is an inside look on how the body 3 can be framed. Since body 3 in any case will include the opposite idea, it should begin with a contradicting linker, such as, however, although, on the contrary, and so on. Rest, it's no different. To conclude the essay, don't forget to use a concluding linker, followed by 1 or 2 statements which summarize all the 3 bodies and noticeably show that body 1 and body 2 are stronger than the last body. This layout and structure of the essay will certainly help you score well or better than before. If you decide to write and practice this task type, please feel free to share your response in the comment section. Hope you found the video helpful. We will be soon back with more such useful content. Thank you for watching.